Hello and welcome to FI News Review. I'm Susan Choi. This week, we're getting into the challenges facing quick service restaurants. California's recent approval of the new $20 minimum wage hike is sending fast food chains scrambling for labor solutions. How will this new measure really affect the fast food business in the coming months? To find out more, let's bring in FI's Chief Content Officer, 𝗟𝗶𝗱𝗲. Kelly, welcome to the show.
Thanks for having me.
Great to have you back on again. Okay, so Kelly, we certainly see fast food restaurants, they are going to or are already feeling the pinch in their wallets due to this new measure. What kind of investments are these companies making or going to make in order to offset labor costs?
Well, I had a chance to speak with Chef Robert Irvine last week, and I spoke to multiple U.S. restaurant operators yesterday in advance of this interview, Susan, and it's pretty clear. Fast food restaurants throughout America are making a pretty significant push to invest in kiosks right now. It's safe to say whenever you venture inside to a restaurant like a Taco Bell for the foreseeable future, you're going to be making your order by using a kiosk as a customer. And that move definitely has some positives for QSR operators because research has shown that ordering kiosks result in roughly 15% or so in increased check averages. And that's because when customers order by using a kiosk, the kiosks spit out a lot of suggestive selling responses, and those kiosks kind of force you to scroll through multiple pages to look at what you're trying to order. Next thing you know, you're ordering a strawberry lemonade or an apple pie for dessert that you hadn't initially planned on buying if you're a customer.
Those kiosks really spurring extra orders that you didn't expect. Kelly, this minimum wage hike obviously going to impact greatly establishments in the state of California, but what about its potential impact across the food industry, across the entire country? What are your thoughts?
For starters, restaurant managers in California now must earn double the minimum wage. So that's also going to have a ripple effect, most likely. You're seeing restaurant managers in California now making over $80,000 a year. Now, if you're a restaurant operator anywhere in America, that's definitely going to give you some sticker shock because QSR operators are used to paying in the range of $50,000 or so for managers. So managers everywhere might be expecting to make more now. Lower paid workers throughout the nation also seem likely to use the $20 minimum wage in California as leverage with their employers, according to reports. So when I spoke to Robert Irvine last week, Susan, he had a really ominous statement. He said, with this new law in California, we were already seeing problems like inflation and food costs going through the roof. Now, as these changes affect the rest of the country, and they will, he added, you'll start to see a decline in smaller restaurants. And we've already seen some restaurants close, he said. So that's a pretty eye-opening statement.
Pretty alarming indeed. Kelly, I want to ask you, based on all that we've discussed, all that you've researched, what are your insights on how the fast food restaurant experience will look 6 months from now or a year from now?
Well, in addition to seeing those kiosks galore at the front counter, you'll see automats be utilized a little bit more frequently at these types of restaurants. That's something that was invented in like the 1940s, and then it was revamped at places like Brooklyn Dumplings in recent years. I think you're going to see that be a little bit more widespread. I was told you also might notice co-packing for some items like sauces, but ultimately you'll see more of the same in one respect, Susan. Prices for menu items will continue to increase at most fast food chains. One operator told me they expect menu prices to get much, much higher in the coming months. Research has shown Wendy's, for example, already started charging about 8% more for some menu items recently. And I think at the end of the day, you're going to see a lot of families ask themselves, do we want to pay $45 for our family of 4 to eat at a traditional fast food restaurant? Or do we maybe want to go to that next tier of food at a place like Chili's for only slightly more? So I'm glad I'm not in the shoes of a QSR operator right now, Susan, because it sounds like the foreseeable future for them is going to be awfully stressful.
Well, resilience will certainly be a key word in the months ahead. We at the Food Institute will keep a close eye on developments. FI's Chief Content Officer, 𝗟𝗶𝗱𝗲. Kelly, thanks for joining us.
Thanks a lot.
And as always, you can check out more of the great content that we've done by clicking on this playlist. Till next time, I'm Susan Choi. Take care and have a great weekend.